It's a feeling that's undescribable, to be able to win a championship and to be able to go in the locker room and celebrate with your teammates and everyone that puts so much into the effort to do it. And that's part of my motivation, to get that feeling back. Well, I'm in a position where I can be the best I can be each and every night. I have an organization, I have a team, I have great coaches around me that can put ourselves in a position to be the best each and every year. And then personally, I hold myself up to a standard higher than anyone. So that keeps me going as well. I would say I really started to open my eyes when I was in 8th grade. We played in a tournament in Orlando. It was a national tournament. And we were kids from Northeast Ohio, from Akron, and we got all the way to the championship. We lost in the championship by 1 point. But we made a statement in that tournament that no one thought we could do. And I was like, okay, I got a little something going here. Maybe my dream can become a reality. Let's just stay focused.
But being an athlete, how it helped you be the person that you are today?
It helped me tremendously. Being an athlete and being around basketball helped mold me to who I am today. The friendships and the brotherhood that it created, the love to, I think, when you play sports and you're committed to something, the commitment, the responsibility of showing up to practice on time, to being there for your teammates, to listening to your coaches, it's a responsibility that you have when you're playing with a group, that you have to hold your end of the bargain, and it shaped me to who I am today. My mother was definitely number one on my list. She's everything to me. No matter what I was going through, she always kind of kept the outside away from me. And I have no idea how she did it. It was amazing. She was 16 when she was pregnant with me. She was a sophomore in high school. So, as a kid, you don't understand it. But when you grow up and become a man or a woman, you have your own family, you look back on it and say, wow.
You do have your own family now. You want your kids to play, be involved in sports?
They are now, and it was a choice of theirs on their own. And obviously they come watch their dad play. Sure. They love sports, but I'm gonna be there as a father to support them. And if it's something that they want to do, then I will be there to support them. I've always kind of enjoyed being around kids. It's part of our job to be there for these kids, to be able to shed light on darkness, to be able to give these kids an opportunity to possibly make their dreams become a reality. And for me personally, I can hold my end of the bargain. Well, I think in my case, and the guys that I'm around, it's helped. I think social media has done a great job of allowing our fans to have more of a connection with the sports figures that they love. And because it's not realistic for us to touch every fan that loves us. And we wish we could, but it's not realistic. But the simple fact that you can go send out a tweet and tell your fans what you're doing, it allows them to feel like they're human, they're accessible. I've tried to use it to the best way I can to let my fans know, hey, I don't take you guys' love and support for granted.
Keep the same thing. You prepare for whoever's out on the floor. It's going to be 5 guys in opposing jerseys on the floor, and they're all dangerous. No matter who's in the lineup, no matter what the name is, you have to approach it like they all can beat you, as a unit. And as individuals, they're on the floor for a reason. So we understand that we will have a game plan, no matter who's out on the floor. But that's not for us to worry about. For us to worry about is how we approach the game, coming into game 2, and how we continue to work our habits and try to be as great as we can be throughout 48 minutes. Like I mentioned last night, best teacher in life experience, and I've played against great coaches throughout my whole career, not only in the regular season, but also in the postseason, throughout first, second, third, in finals runs. I played against some exceptional coaches, great coaches, Hall of Fame coaches, Hall of Fame players, and they've all, opponents and coaches, have helped me get to this point where I am today, to a point where I have no weakness, offensively or defensively, to where if I can read a defense and I can exploit it, I can put myself in a position to be successful. Doesn't mean that the ball goes in all the time, but I'm not there's nothing out on the floor that I cannot do at this point in my career, and that's all because of the competition and the adversity and the losses and everything I've been through throughout the course of my career. That at that point in time, I said, okay, well, I got to work on that because that's what they're allowing me to have, and now I got to work on this because they're shutting this down in my game. So, it's just all, like I said, best teacher in life is experience, and I've experienced it all. Well, I mean, obviously they were the better team. Dealing with, Timmy and Manu and Tony and Pop, 4 Hall of Famers. I knew it would be challenging not only, for myself, but for our franchise and for our ball club. I saw the way they approached every game, how they approached every possession, how they didn't make mistakes. They weren't just happy with being there. They wanted to be great as a unit, as individuals as well. And I sensed that as a 22-year-old, and I saw that as a 22-year-old. And that helped shape me year after year after year after year, just holding on to that feeling of not being able to reach the ultimate goal. But at the same time, like I said, just having that adversity and having those moments has put me in a position where I've been throughout my career.
Personally, thinking I had something to prove fuels me, and it fueled me over these last year and a half since my injury. It fueled me because no matter what I've done in my career up to this point, there's still a little rumblings of doubt or, comparing me to, the history of the game and has he done this, has he done that? So having that in my head, having that in my mind, saying to myself, why not still have something to prove? But one is not less than the other. Because when you're able to put yourself in this position to be able to win a championship, first thing you start to think about is how much work you've put in over the course of the year. How much you've sacrificed, how much you've dedicated to the game and to your craft. That's always been the most fulfilling thing for me, besides seeing my teammates as happy as they are, is being able to know that you can put the work in, literally trust the process, live about the process, and then see the results. And I think not only from a basketball player, but from everybody, whatever craft, whatever work space you're in, to be able to put the work in and live along the process and build along the process and then be able to see the results. I think we all live for that moment. I definitely saw myself in that. And what it did for me in my career, it basically let me know that the work that I put in on my craft and the way I play the game, how I was taught to play the game when I first picked up a basketball at 8 years old, it's okay to play that way and be able to win. No matter how many people tell you, okay, you should maybe shoot more, you should maybe do this more, you should maybe be like him more. It let me know that the way I play basketball and the way I was taught basketball is the right way to play it, because you do see results. And then it just continued to boost your confidence. Not saying that Anthony, AD doesn't already have confidence, but it takes it to another level. So many things. I've never been without my family this long. And missing the days of my daughter being in kindergarten, even though it's through Zoom. It's her first year of kindergarten. Missing my son's 16th birthday, which we all know is a big birthday if you have kids. And seeing my middle child continue to grow and be who he is. And first of all, big time shout out to the late great Steve Jobs. Because without him, throughout this journey and without his vision, those FaceTime calls wouldn't be possible. So absolutely, I've had ups and downs throughout this whole journey. For some odd reason, I was able to keep the main thing. And all the stuff that I talked about that I missed, they understood that too. So it made it a lot easier for me.